The film starts with a mysterious and unsettling scene. A woman is seen looking terrified, staring at a box that is making strange, whispering noises. She can't open the box, and the constant sounds begin to mess with her mind. She tries to ignore it by turning on the radio, but the noises are already stuck in her head. Finally, she decides to force the box open, a decision that leads to disaster. An invisible force pushes her against a wall, and she falls to the floor, motionless. The story then shifts to Clyde, a successful basketball coach. His career is going great, but his personal life is not. He's divorced from his wife, Stephanie, and they share custody of their 2 daughters. One day, he's driving his daughters, Emily and Hannah, when they spot a roadside stall. His youngest, Emily, is captivated by a peculiar old box. Clyde buys it for her without a second thought, not realizing its terrifying history. A woman in a car watches them intently, her eyes filled with fear. Emily, curious, follows her and sees the same woman from the beginning of the movie, now weak and sick in bed. When the woman sees the box in Emily's arms, her expression changes completely. Back home, Emily becomes obsessed with the box but can't open it. She asks her dad for help, but he can't find a way to open it either. That night, Emily is woken up by a noise from the box. She fumbles with it, and it magically opens. Inside, she finds a moth, a tooth, and a ring that fits her perfectly. She tries on the ring and falls asleep, hugging the box. From this point on, strange things begin to happen. A scream from Hannah wakes Clyde and Emily. They find a moth on Hannah's bed, which Clyde quickly gets rid of, upsetting both girls. The next morning, Emily feels strangely down. She feels different ever since she put on the ring but can't explain it. Hannah, thinking it's because of their parents' divorce, tries to cheer her up. Later, Clyde takes the girls to dinner at his ex-wife's house. He feels bitter and out of place, especially when he sees Stephanie's new boyfriend. He realizes that his family fell apart because he was too busy with work. That night, he gets a job offer to coach a city basketball team, but turns it down. He now realizes that his family is more important. He promises to be at his daughter's upcoming dance performance. Strange things continue to happen. The box mysteriously opens on its own, calling Emily's name. The next morning, Clyde finds her staring blankly at a wall, her eyes completely white. At breakfast, she eats food frantically. When Clyde yells, she snaps out of it, confused, with no memory of what happened. That night, a swarm of moths flies out of the box and into the house. When Clyde opens Emily's door, he finds her sitting on her bed, surrounded by moths, hugging the box, completely unresponsive. He carries her out and hires an exterminator. Emily, once again, doesn't remember anything. Clyde asks Stephanie if she's noticed anything strange, but she blames it on the divorce, so Clyde doesn't think much of it for a while. On the day of the dance performance, Clyde is so busy with work that he forgets. When he finally remembers, it's already too late. He calls his daughters, and Hannah is too upset to talk to him. Emily, however, talks about the box, telling him not to go near it. Clyde ignores her and finds that the box, which he couldn't open, has been opened by Emily. He finds old, strange things inside, but doesn't connect them to her behavior. Over the next few days, Emily's behavior gets worse. She feels an intense itch in her throat and sees a shadowy shape moving inside. She also becomes extremely aggressive if anyone touches her box, even getting into a fight with a classmate. Clyde and Stephanie are called to the school, where the teacher tells them that Emily has become a loner with violent tendencies, all because of the box. That night, the teacher is grading papers when she hears a noise from the box. She tries to open it, but an invisible force traps her in the classroom. Her fate is left unknown, but it's implied that she's killed by the evil spirit in the box. Clyde confronts Emily, who shows no fear and is only concerned about her box. He realizes the box is responsible for his daughter's behavior and throws it away. Emily completely loses control and yells at her dad. She screams that he hit her, but he didn't. Hannah sees this and believes her dad is abusive. Emily runs out and, as if by magic, finds the box. She performs a strange incantation with the moths and collapses. Stephanie finds out that Clyde hit Emily and, in her anger, gets a restraining order, cutting off his visitation rights. Devastated but determined, Clyde gets the box back. He takes it to a university professor, who identifies the writing on it as Hebrew. He explains that these boxes were used by Jewish people to trap evil spirits. Clyde realizes the gravity of the situation and tries to purify Emily's soul with a Bible, but it's no use. Emily's vacant eyes and cold words confirm that she is possessed. A friend introduces Clyde to a Jewish pastor, Tzadok. When Clyde shows the pastor and his group the box, most of them leave in fear. Tzadok explains that the evil spirit possesses a host by first confusing them, then isolating them, and finally becoming one with them. To break the curse, they need to know the spirit's name. Tzadok initially refuses to help, but his kind heart wins over, and he agrees to help Clyde. Meanwhile, Stephanie finds Emily acting strangely at home. She's eating something unusual and is aggressive toward her. Emily even tries to attack her mother, but a part of her sanity returns, and she hugs her, sobbing. Stephanie's boyfriend is later pushed to the ground by an invisible force, and Emily collapses, twitching. Stephanie immediately calls an ambulance. Clyde and Tzadok rush to the house and find the spirit's name on the back of the box, a miracle. They head to the hospital. Doctors are doing an MRI on Emily when the lights begin to flicker. During the scan, a ghost-like face appears inside her body. Clyde arrives, and Stephanie finally realizes she was wrong about him. They decide to perform an exorcism immediately. The exorcism begins, but the evil spirit awakens and attacks Zadok. Clyde manages to save him. He chases the spirit to the morgue and finds his daughter. But she's a trick. The evil spirit attacks him, but Zadok and the others arrive. When the ring on Emily's finger falls off, Zadok realizes the spirit has moved to Clyde. He begins chanting the spirit's name. A grotesque, shadowy figure is forced from Clyde's mouth and back into the box. The family is safe, and their relationship is restored. Clyde and Stephanie get back together to give their daughters a complete family. The film ends with Zadok driving the box to the church. He gets into a car accident and dies, but the box is left undamaged in the middle of the road, waiting for its next victim.